Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to transfer funds between accounts. So most times people have more than just one bank account that they're working with. You may have a business bank account and you may have, a business checking account, and you may also have a business savings account. Sometimes you may have more than one checking account, or you may have more than one savings account. And you may have a tax account, which hopefully all of you do have, and that is where you deposit all of your tax payments that you will be turning over to the IRS and the state as quarterly estimated taxes. So you may have separate accounts, and therefore you may have to transfer money in and out of these accounts. Okay, so in this instance, $20,000 was transferred out of Relay into Wells Fargo. Okay, so it says it's transferred to Wells Fargo. So how do we account for these transfers? Now, I have seen some people who have accidentally taken a transfer and that came into an account, and rather than correctly transferring it, they actually recorded it as income, which it wasn't income. This was a transfer. So that is a very, very dangerous thing to do, because if that's the case, you record a transfer as income, then you're going to have to pay tax on money that isn't under normal circumstances taxable. So you have to be really careful that you understand how the transfer works. Okay, so in this case, Relay transferred money to Gargo. So what do we do here? We see where it came in. We see the transfer come in. So we're going to click on the description, and we are going to say record as transfer. So we're going to click on record as transfer, and automatically it paired because the system sees it. But let's say it didn't pair, right? Let's say it didn't pair automatically. You will click down the drop down arrow and you will pick the bank that it was transferred to. So it went from Relay to Gargo. So then you would pick Gargo if Gargo wasn't automatically paired, but in this case it was. And then once you've done that, you will go ahead and you will just add it. Okay, you will just add. So that's been verified and it's been added. Okay, do not create a rule based upon Intuit's suggestions. And there's several reasons why I say don't do that, which I'm not going to get into right now, but just trust me when I tell you don't do it. So let's go ahead and X out of here. We don't want to create a rule. All right, so we've gone ahead and we've made that transfer. Now let's go to Wells Fargo and do the same thing. Okay, so now we're in the Wells Fargo bank feed. Let's scroll down, and here is the $20,000 that has matched, and then you will click on match. So that is how you transfer funds. So you make sure that when you transfer funds, or when funds come in, that you don't categorize them as income. Now this was pretty clean, as in when it came in, you know, it showed us that, oh, we're pairing you with somebody else, with something else, or rather we're pairing you with another transaction. So the system is telling you that. There are certain times when these transactions come in, even though they are transferred, you know, all the transfers are showing up in QuickBooks. They may or may not even match, or they may or may not say paired. They'll just come in like you see these transactions, that you have to literally go in and do the transfer. Okay, so if something like that should happen, I'll just use this as an example. Let's say this was a transfer, even though it's not, okay, but let's just say it was a transfer and it came in without being paired, and it came in without a match. So now what you have to do is you have to go in and you have to transfer the funds. And this $3,250 will also appear in whatever bank that you transferred it to. So it would also appear in Wells Fargo if it was transferred to Wells Fargo. And if none of them are paired or matched, what you would do is you will come in and you will click on the description, and then you will change the category from categorize to record as transfer. When you click on record as transfer, you are then going to click the down arrow, and then you're going to choose Wells Fargo if that's where, if that's where it was transferred to. You will click on Wells Fargo. So now what you're doing is you're basically taking income that was received from Wells Fargo and deposit it in Relay, and you are transferring it. And then what you do is you click add. Okay, in this case, this wasn't a transfer. I'm just giving you an example. So we're going to go back and we're going to properly categorize that, and we're going to X out since it's not a transfer, okay? I try to help beauty industry professionals transform their financial life. And not just transforming their financial life from a business perspective, but also transforming their financial life from a personal perspective. Because at the end of the day, you know, what we do for a living is what helps us elevate our personal lives, right? It helps us to save for retirement, it helps us to purchase vehicles, it helps us to purchase homes, it just helps us to go on vacation. Everything that we do in our business lives helps better our personal lives.